What's good, y'all? Podcast episode 105. Back at it. Hope everyone's having a good week so far. It's October 9th. It's my sister's birthday. It's, technically it's Friday for me. I have a 4-day weekend. Got my birthday coming up on Monday, so yeah, I just thought it'd be nice to give myself a little bit of a longer weekend and just sort of rest and reset, not do too much of anything, but yeah, I definitely want to record some music, I'll tell you that. It's been a while. I recorded a little bit earlier this week, but yeah, I just felt like I haven't really had much time to like really devote, my mental energy to it. And that's just how it goes, man. Sometimes it ebbs and flows. Sometimes you have these super creative peaks, and then sometimes you get these like very dull, monotonous valleys almost. So it's expected. Just comes with the season. This season, fall is always pretty busy for us and my family, so it's not technically a good month for me to create, but it is what it is, baby. We'll get back to it. Hope everyone's having a good week. I can't believe it's already October, man. I mean, we're already almost into the teens, and it's just like, where's time going, And it's just another important reminder to just be in the moment, be here now, just do what we can, and not stress too much about what we can't, not stress too much on the things that we can't control, But yeah, man. We don't really have too much planned this weekend. I know with our birthdays, man, it seems like everybody in my family has an October birthday. We do have my niece's birthday party, so we'll be doing that. Be watching the Ohio State Buckeyes take on Illinois. Man, I might watch the Bengals game, but I might not. I really don't care anymore. Because when you're this bad, man, it's hard to watch. Of course, they just signed Joe Flacco, so we'll see what's up with that. But not really expecting too much there, if I'm being honest. Yeah, man. But yeah, should just be a good, relaxing, chill, reset weekend. So that's what I'm excited for. I feel like the weeks just fly by, and you just get busy living, man. You get busy just doing life shit, work, gym, dinner, family time, reset, sleep. It's like a constant cycle, and you got to find ways to keep it fresh. And I was thinking about that, mainly with music for me. I have to find ways to keep creating, keep things interesting, keep it fresh. And, when it starts to get a little stale, I feel like you're in for some trouble. So, if there's pressure in your life, press into it and see, what's causing that pressure. And sometimes I feel like it's because things are getting stale. So you got to find new ways to keep it fresh. Find ways to keep life fresh. Find ways to keep your routine, your morning routine, your night routine fresh. Find ways to keep your family fresh. Sometimes our family can burn us out. Find ways to keep your friendships fresh. Sometimes our friends can burn us out. So I think for me, a lot of times it's just taking my eyes off myself. When you do that and things start to open up a little bit, you're like, damn, I feel a little selfish now because, if that's all it took was just taking my eyes off me and putting it on somebody else to open up some new inspiration in my life. Sometimes it's just what it is. So yeah, man, find ways to keep it fresh. That's definitely the motto this week for me personally. And it goes it's as simple as like, maybe you need some new socks, some new drawers. Maybe you need some new pants, some new shoes. Maybe you need to wake up earlier in the morning. Maybe you need to eat better. Maybe you need to push yourself a little bit more at the gym. Maybe you need to call a friend that you haven't talked to in a while. Maybe you need to listen to different music that you normally wouldn't listen to. Maybe you need to go somewhere by yourself, that you typically wouldn't go to. Maybe you need to put your damn phone down. Maybe you need to go to bed earlier. Maybe you need to apologize. Maybe you should, maybe you need to pick up some paint and a canvas and just paint. Maybe you need to clean your damn house. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you need to take your dog for a walk. And all of this shit that I'm saying relates to me. All of it is things that maybe I should do and start doing a little bit more of, Yeah, man. Life is good either way, baby. Life is good. One thing I heard was stop thinking that you're broken all the time. Stop thinking that there's always something you need to fix. Like maybe you need to change some things. But stop thinking that you're like this broken project. Like you're not broken. You just need a little bit of inspiration, some change. And that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. And I felt like hearing that just took the pressure off a little bit. Because then it was like, why am I constantly feeling like, I'm just never good enough. I'm never quite right. There's always some sort of issue. And I just don't. That's not a good way to think. I don't think that's a good way to think. That's my opinion. But yeah, baby. It's homecoming weekend here in my little town too, so the high school that I went to. Tonight they're doing a homecoming parade. So I'm actually trying to get around the traffic right now. Because if you are from where I'm from, you know how damn busy that that damn parade backs up our city. At least for a couple hours. So I'm trying to take the back way to go pick up my baby girl. Man. But I got my new album out, Homegrown Hellhole. I do want to speak on that. It's just it's an experimental project for me. just trying out new sounds, a new genre altogether. And I love it, man. It's one of my favorite projects I've ever put out. And yeah, I'm just excited, man. Excited to be able to share my music still in 2025. It's such an honor. It really is. Just a complete honor to be able to still put out music, 10, 11, 12, 13 years after starting. So, it's pretty wild to think. But at the same time, that's another thing that inspires me, is just realizing like how far I've come, and just knowing like, what happens if you quit? Like, nothing's going to change. You're just going to be a little bit more unhappy. A lot more unhappy, I would say, actually. But if you keep going, you never know what could happen, So, I know that's like a corny little saying and everything, but it is true, and it is something that I believe in. Sorry about that. Wifey called, had to answer. She was making sure I was stuck in all this traffic, which I am, by the way. But it's all good. But yeah, man, we got I am gonna drop another new song here soon too, by the way. I think I'm gonna drop on Halloween. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, man. So stay tuned. And as always, I just want to tell you thanks for listening. And, I definitely appreciate the support, the love. And yeah, man, I hope you guys have a good weekend. We'll talk soon. I might do an episode on my birthday. We'll see. So much love. Talk to you soon. Peace.